on ISIS and what you think about them.
Okay.
How has the Paris attacks by ISIS affected you as a Muslim in the U.S.?
It affected me because all Muslims were getting claimed as terrorists, and it's not really all Muslims. ISIS is a group of extreme terrorists that claim themselves Muslim, but they're really not, so they put a bad name on for them.
Okay, and what are your views on every Muslim taking the blame for the ISIS attacks in general?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think about that? Like, Muslims being blamed for attacks?
Oh, I don't think that all Muslims should be blamed for it because all Muslims are not terrorists. That's like us Muslims calling Christians KKKs, but not every Christian's a KKK.
Last question. What do you think about Syrian refugees not being able to be resettled in the U.S.?
I think that's a really bad idea. They're regular human beings, just like everybody in this country seems to have rights. Why can't they have rights from coming in here from a country that's getting bombed over there?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Your views on this topic was very helpful.
Thank you.
Damaris or Hacker. I teach Global History 9 this year, and I'm a teacher here at Da Vinci.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask you three simple questions. The first one is, how has the Paris attacks by ISIS affected you as a youth history teacher in a diverse school?
Well, we talked a lot about it in class this year. I think especially with Da Vinci having so many Muslim students, I think it was important for other students to know that this was not a representation of Islam. This is not a representation of their belief and their faith. And knowing that, this is not what Islam is about. Islam is about love and peace and acceptance and tolerance and all those things. And we talked a lot about, what they should be able to do in times of crisis like that and how they feel safe in the school environment. So I thought it was important that we talked about it.
Okay, what are your views on every Muslim taking the blame for the ISIS attacks in general?
Well, we talked about that. We said that, these were extremists. These are people who took, the message of Allah and Muhammad and twisted it to fit their image of what Islam should be. So it is not an accurate representation of Islam. And I think the kids felt better knowing that this is not, especially the ones that didn't know anything about Islam and about, Muslim life. So I think they felt better, safer, more secure knowing that, especially if they were Christian, knowing that Islam is practically the same. Right. There's a lot of comparisons that are the same.
What do you think about Syrian refugees not being able to be resettled in the U.S.?
See, that's a very controversial issue because we are a country that has accepted people. That's our whole country. That's what it's based on, is immigrants and immigrant population. I think that fear is a big motivator either to help people or to not help people. And right now I think people are so afraid, of that maybe somebody could get in. But haven't we had that in the past? When, Russian Jews first came to this country, they were kicked out of theirs because they were considered troublemakers and all this stuff. We accepted them, no problems. We've accepted other groups, no problem. I know that the fear is that there's a possibility, but it's a small possibility. And, we've talked in depth about that with the students, and I'm hoping that they feel more comfortable in seeing both sides of the issue.
Okay, thank you so much. Your opinions and answers were very helpful to this interview.
Thank you for asking.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for everyone who let us interview them.